welcome to KM Nicole, and I am here today to film a brow tutorial for you. I get a lot of questions on my brows, so I just want to let you know how to get super poppin' brows. Also, just let you know the shirt I have on is from H&M. It's just a crop top, and it says something in French. I'm not sure what it says. I should probably look that up, but yeah, I got it from their 2016 summer collection, and I also have in just some basic earrings from H&M that were $4 for like the pack. There's like 4 or 5 in them, something like that. So yeah, so stay tuned to watch the video. So as you know, I'm filming a brow tutorial, and before I get into it, there's a couple things that I would like to say. First things first, black should not be used for your eyebrows, period. Don't use black for your eyebrows. Always a dark brown. Even if your hair is black, your eyebrows should never be black. That is just way too harsh and it's not okay. And also, I wanted to film this video for you guys because I want to teach you how to get fleeky brows, even if your eyebrows are short like mine. As you can see, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. People will show you how to do eyebrows or whatever, but their eyebrows will already be, you know, like popping already, and some people we don't have that. So I'm going to tell you what you guys will need. So you will need setting spray, you will need a beauty blender. I'm sorry that mine is dirty. You will need an angled brush. This one is Elf's small angle brush, or you will need one of these, a flat brush like this. This one isn't the best one, but it does the job. You will need an eyebrow pencil. I know it looks short. It was always a travel size. It was never large. You will need a spoolie, and I'm using a mixing plate. You can use the side of your hand if you want to, but I prefer to use a mixing plate. You also will need a concealer if these are your complexion. You know, this one's a bit darker, and you will also need a lighter concealer. This one that I like is the RK Pure Mineral Concealer. This is the color chocolate brown, and the lighter one that I swear by for anybody is the Elf concealer in the color medium. So to start off, we are going to brush our eyebrows with the spoolie. So just brush and brush. You want to brush your eyebrows up and then over. And then next you want to get your pencil and start filling in, and make sure your pencil is sharp. Investing in good sharpener is important. So you want to start where your eyebrow arches or halfway up your brow. You don't want to start at the beginning because it messes up the line. I apologize, I just washed my hand and it's a bit ashy, which is not cute. I'm sorry. Okay, so you want to start filling in. You first do a line at the bottom, you curve it down or do your desired shape, then you go up and make those lines meet. Don't forget that you're starting from the halfway point. You're not starting from the very beginning. And this can be pretty dark. I like my eyebrows pretty dark, but to each his own. So that's about right. And then once you get to the front, then you go light, just soft strokes. You don't want to brush too hard. You don't want to draw too hard, and that's how I get that gradient effect that a lot of people wonder about in public and people in general. And another way to make sure you get that gradient effect perfect is to take your spoolie and brush up and down like this and move the product to how you want it. That's really one of the keys to filling in your brows, is using your spoolie to blend. Just like you would blend eyeshadow, you need to blend the pencil for your brows. As you can see, I'm creating like a whole new shape with my pencil, because without it, my eyebrows, ugh, no, not cute. Okay, so it's about there we go. It's about how I like it. Don't forget that this is just the beginning. This is not the end result, because concealer makes a big difference, as you will see. Next, I'm going to the other brow, doing the same thing. This one has less of an arch in it for whatever reason. So then you go here once again to top. You fill in the middle, excuse me, and you just keep going. As you can see, just soft strokes. You don't want to be too rough, but also if you're like me and your eyebrow hairs are naturally pretty thick, you want to make sure you're darker up along the tip, because you don't want people to be able to see where your hair ends and the pencil begins or whatever. So you need to blend that out. And as you can see, I still have a bit more to do. So blend it out some more. Okay. Now they're about right. A way to gauge how far to do your eyebrow is to take your finger, go at the corner of your eye, and right there, if it hits past that, that's too long. So this one's a bit longer than the other one, so I need to extend this a bit more. It's all about trial and error. And definitely, I've been doing my eyebrows for a while now, but if you're just starting out, you're not gonna be perfect. That's one of the things I had to learn, because I was always like, everyone has their eyebrows so perfect, and mine are just not the same. But it just, practice makes perfect. So next, we are going to conceal our eyebrows. One of the other things I see a lot is girls using a color that's way too light for them, and so it doesn't look right, and it doesn't blend well and things of that nature. So the key to making the perfect shade for your brows is to make it yourself. So what I'm going to do is go on my blending plate, or like I said, you can use like your hand right up in here. If I don't have my plate with me, is what I do. So this was cute, you know, a little butterfly plate. So what I'm going to do is mix my color. So what you do is you take your plate, you put one line of the color that's around your skin complexion and 2 to 3 lines of the other color. Now I'm doing 3 lines because this shade is way off from me. So 1, 2, 3. Get that product on there. Then if you're using your hand, you can just use the brush you're going to use to carve your eyebrows out. But since I'm using the plate, I'm going to mix it using this tool that comes with it. So you just want to mix it to the color it's even. If you need more of something or less of something, do so. Yeah, there's no right or wrong with this. You just want a color that is a little bit lighter than you. And so if you're a beginner, I would recommend using a flat brush versus an angled brush, which is something that people don't tell you. You can use the angled brush, but when you're first starting out, that's not the brush you should use, in my personal opinion. This brush I got, it was really cheap. I apologize because it had another part, like another attachment to the other side, and it fell off in my eyebrow bag. In my cosmetic bag, and I don't know what happened to it. So what you want to do is go a little bit farther out than your eyebrow. You want to just follow the line that you created and drop down. Then you want to go above your eyebrow as well. Excuse me. Do the same thing that you did before. Carve it. Bam. Okay. So I gotta get a little bit closer. Alright. And then what you want to do is bring your concealer up and bring it below your brow. Another rule of thumb, people will conceal the other eyebrow, then blend it. I noticed that it doesn't blend as seamlessly as it does if you do it immediately. So what I'm going to do is take my beauty blender, spray it with my MAC Fix Plus, spray along the tip so that it gets damp, and then use that to blend out the concealer. And then also, if your brow isn't perfect after this, you can touch it up with the pencil definitely to get your desired look. So I'm just going to blend it out. If you don't have a finishing spray, you can definitely just use water. I just like this a bit better because I noticed that it keeps the concealer in place a lot better than better than when you use just water. Okay, and as you can see, the tip isn't as sharp as I would like, so I'm gonna go back with my concealer and sharpen the tip so I get my desired look. And it's all about practice, and just, if it's not perfect, concealer is literally the fix for so many things. So next I'm going to add more concealer to my plate, and I'm going to conceal my other brow. I notice if you do it in your hand, I think that the concealer goes a bit longer than it does when you mix on your plate. I don't know, it just seems like I use more product when I use my plate. So I'm going to mix my color again with my flat brush. They call it a fine line precision brush. I'm not sure if that's the actual name, but that's what's on here. So we are going to conceal at the bottom, conceal at the top. Remember, your eyebrows don't have to be perfect, but they have to be as perfect as you can get them. Your eyebrows should always be sisters, not twins, even though I'm a perfectionist, so I will spend as long as I need to get my eyebrows to be the way that I like them. So once again, take the wet part of your beauty blender and blend this out. Also, just keep going till you get the desired look. Keep going. Just keep blending and blending till it's perfect. Just keep blending. Okay, perfect. And that is how I get my super poppin' brows. Yep. So thanks for watching. Bye.